Hi folks, this is Vicki from patternprincess.com, and today I wanted to show you how to do the double crochet chainless foundation stitch. Essentially what it is you're working the chain stitch on the bottom and then the double crochet right on top of it. You're kind of working the stitches vertically instead of across. And what that does is it creates less of a gap on your first chain stitch row. So if you're going to be adding a border onto something, your very first row that sometimes has a gap will look just as nice as your last row of whatever you're crocheting. This is one that I've used the double crochet chainless foundation on, and this is one I have not. And when you just crochet into the top stitches, actually I have this upside down, sorry about that. When you just crochet into the top stitch of the chain stitch, you can just see there's a little bit extra gap here. It just stretches and pulls a bit more. You see that? Like this one here, it pulls real big, so if you're adding stitches into that, it could create some unsightly holes, where this one here, it really doesn't pull. It stays together quite nicely. So let me show you how to do this. This is a double crochet chainless foundation. And let me get my slip knot on my hook. Okay, and then we're just going to quickly do a couple stitches so that you can see how it's done. All right, I got my loop on my hook. You don't want to have your stitches roll tight because otherwise you won't be able to get into them. So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, and then a third chain from the hook. So the very first chain you did, the farthest one from the hook, insert your hook into the loop, yarn over, draw it through. You have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through the first loop. That creates your chain stitch. Now you still have 3 loops on the hook. And I kind of brought the loops up on the shank to make sure that they're big enough. Otherwise they tend to get kind of small and squishy and hard to get through. So I'm going to yarn over, go through 2 loops, and yarn over through 2 loops. That means that you've just created the double crochet on top of that chain stitch. So now we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into the bottom 2 loops of the stitch set that we just made. Yarn over, bring the yarn through, yarn over, go through 1 loop, and then yarn over, go through 2 loops, and yarn over through 2 loops. So we now have the chain stitches that we skipped counts as a double crochet in the chain stitch. The next one counts as a double crochet, and the next one is a double crochet and chain stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3 if you're going to be counting them. Okay, yarn over, and this is all we do. We continue to yarn over, go through that bottom 2 loops, yarn over, bring the yarn through, yarn over, go through the first loop, yarn over 2 loops, and yarn over 2 loops. Now we've done our 4th one. See that? Yarn over, just keep going through those bottom 2 loops and yarning over and going through 1 loop, 2 loops, 2 loops. So if you just think about it, going through the bottom loops and working your chain stitch with a double crochet on top of it. That's all that we're doing. And you can work as many as you need to, however your desired length is, and it's easy if you've made too many to pull them out as well. So I'm just going to do this one here, and I'll show you how it looks like. Okay, now as I'm working on it, it looks all squunchy, see that? But you just got to straighten it out. It's just how I hold my sample, my piece. And there you go. It's all done. It's all set. And this is how you do your double crochet chainless foundation stitch. So I will have this free tutorial written on the website as well. So make sure you check that out if you would like to see the free, and then make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Take care.